Good morning, friends. This is your old girl, Melanie Rose, here to share your daily aspects. Today is Thursday, December 2, 2021. The sun is in Sagittarius today. Sagittarius is often represented by an archer, and sometimes that archer looks like a centaur. Famously, the human warrior Achilles learned archery from the wounded healer himself, Chiron, who was half man and half horse. I love the symbolism of the centaur for Sagittarius because it bears with it the reminder that while we have all this intelligence, ambition, and these other special capabilities that make us human, we also encounter the world through an animal body, one that does and requires all the things that other animal bodies do. Sagittarius, therefore, represents our link to the instinctual side of being alive. While under the influence of the Sagittarius sun, it's a good idea to keep in mind that we're not only our human hearts and minds. There's so much more to us than that, and its value is derived from our animal nature and its literal connection to the earth. The moon is in Scorpio all day today. Scorpio brings us an intense ability to focus on the work at hand, especially when that work brings us deeper understanding and satisfaction. And the waxing crescent, nearly new moon phase energy of this moon asks us to release what no longer works for us and to begin setting intentions. Let's set some goals we can easily meet. Prepare a plan of action in time for the first quarter moon next week. Release and set intentions. Okay, let's take a look at these planets and aspects before we get into any further interpretations. I have prepared a legend of the symbols we'll be looking at today so that we can start with an idea of what energies will be at play. At the top of our list, always and forever, we have the sun. The sun represents our outer life. That is who we are when we step out the door, the person that people get to know when they meet us for the first time, and also how we engage in our work sphere and our civil and social spheres as well. We have the moon here, and the moon represents our inner life. This is our relationship with ourselves. So our emotions, our intuitions, the things we know, and also how we engage in our domestic sphere, who's there with us and where we live. Neptune represents our relationship to humanity, or it asks where you stand in the flow of the human spirit. Venus relates to love and money, or in other words, how do you relate to those people and things that you value the most. Mars represents our sense of initiative, that fire under your personal butt that drives you to get up and go. Pluto represents endings and beginnings, deaths and rebirths, sort of the extreme ends of a story, but also the depths of emotion and intuition. Jupiter represents growth, expansion, positive vibrations, good fortune. Saturn represents the structures that we maintain for our own support. And Chiron represents healing, how we heal. As for the aspects that we're looking at today, we have a couple of trines. Trines are very positive, even harmonious aspects, and they really indicate good times to be had by all. Sextile is also here. Sextile is also a positive vibration aspect. It's cooperative, and cooperation makes things happen. So it's actually more of a generative aspect. Something will come out of it. Conjunct is here. Conjunct is really an aspect that amplifies the effects of both of the planets involved. And we have one square. Square represents the potential for challenges. Signs of note, because they're on the page today, would be Sagittarius and Scorpio. And with all of that said, I have divided our aspects into two columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon sheds light on our inner life, setting the tone for our emotional experiences and our domestic relations. The moon moves very quickly, creating many brief aspects that represent ambient energies that may produce moods and other internal experiences for us throughout the course of the day. The sun sheds light on the outer life. I address the rest of the planets on this side because these aspects take longer and they have more of an impact on our actions and interactions out in the world. We start with the moon today. Excuse me. I give these in Central Standard Time, friends. And we start this morning very early at 2:58 a.m. Oh, my mistake. We start in the afternoon at 2:58 p.m. with Moon trine Neptune. At this time, we feel a heightened sensitivity and compassion for the human collective. Artistry and other creative work are appealing to us right now, and our creative efforts are blessed. So, increased sensitivity and compassion. Also increased creativity. And then at 4:52 in the afternoon, the moon makes a sextile with Venus. This aspect makes us more tender and loving, particularly at home and with our families. You can host dinner and enjoy the good company of your favorite people, and probably something good will come out of that. Loving, happy vibes, heart and home. At 6:45 this evening, the moon makes a conjunct with Mars. We have quick instincts and a fighting spirit at this time. Our emotions are easily aroused, as is our sense of initiative. We are strong, sexy, and courageous at this time. And then at 10:26, the moon makes a sextile with Pluto. Something we don't normally think about is likely to come up from the depths of our memories and emotions here. And while the things that we recall aren't always happy, it is healing at this time to remember. And one more at 11:22 p.m. And this is a void of course moon. Runs square with Jupiter. So square represents challenges, but Jupiter is really hard to pick a fight with. Good vibrations and happy moods dominate our experiences at this time, but we must be careful not to overindulge or to give too much of ourselves. So just don't overdo it. So today's lunar energy signature, I would say, is rather positive. We feel connected, capable, loving, and ready to heal. The moon is void of course tonight until 6 tomorrow morning as we approach the new moon in Sagittarius. So overnight tonight is a good time to engage in any spell work or intuitive practices, especially those that require your inner work. As for the sun's side of the page, in our ongoing column, we have Saturn sextile Chiron, which we will be talking about until the 10th of December. Check your natal Chiron placement if you have not already, so that you can find out what it is in your lifetime that you've been working on healing. I can't stress how accurate it can be when you look this up and you go, oh, that really resonates with me. But also, it's important to know what you're working on healing, so that you know how far you've come. You know what you've learned, right? So this is your practical magic opportunity. We can apply what we have learned from our personal healing journey to reinforce our domestic, civic, social, and professional foundations. That's Saturn sextile Chiron. This has been a 2-week aspect. Probably doesn't come around very often. So take advantage of this opportunity to take what you've learned and apply it where you see a need for stability in your foundations. Today is day 4 of 4 for Mars trine Neptune. This aspect activates our ability to feel good in our bodies, especially in the company of others. We're creative and we seek collaboration with community, and we all find a way to feel charming and attractive, so that has called in some very positive attention and affection. And today is day 3 of 4 for Venus sextile Neptune. So under this aspect, we have been a lot more sensitive and sensual than usual. This is a good time to adorn ourselves or to gift ourselves and our loved ones things that add to the sense of ease and luxury in our bodies and in our home spaces. Our sexual activities can benefit from these sensitive vibes, with the potential to make the experience practically spiritual. The kinds of people we attract at this time will be gentle and loving. So please enjoy those vibes while you can. And I didn't get it on the board today, but today is day 2 of 2 for Mercury quincunx Uranus. Just a brief one. Mercury quincunx Uranus, this aspect may have had us feeling jumpy or like we were in a hurry, but we couldn't identify the reason. It has been important to slow down and listen. Don't answer questions too quickly. As for today, there are no really current sun side aspects. The new moon tomorrow will be in curious, adventurous Sagittarius, which is incidentally our sun sign currently. These last few days of the waning crescent moon leading into the new moon are a great time of month to practice our intuitive practices, as the darkening moon sheds light on our emotional and instinctive hearts. And we will talk about these things and more as they come up. That's it for today, friends. This has been your Daily Aspects, an astrological weather forecast for Thursday, December 2, 2021. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you haven't already, please like my video and subscribe to the Old Girl channel. I'll leave this up here for about 30 seconds so that you may have time to look it over. Thank you all so much for being here with me today. My name is Melanie Rose, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Daily Aspects.